Hi, it's John with Video King. From a gaming integrity perspective, electronic cards have always offered an advantage over paper cards in that a bingo system can track exactly which cards have been sold to a player device. This allows the system to ensure that no duplicate cards are sold within a single session, and it allows the caller to validate that any cards claimed as a winning bingo were actually sold for that session. Paper cards have traditionally not offered that level of integrity until now. Video King is leveling that playing field by adding support for barcoded paper tracking to our OMNI hall management system, giving you the same level of integrity in your paper card sales that you've always enjoyed with electronics. It can also increase the speed and efficiency of your inventory management and cashier sales. Managing paper includes some tasks that you do once or occasionally, and some things that you do all the time. One of those tasks is setting up new product when it comes into your hall for the first time. With barcoded paper and OMNI, you don't have to do any of that. The system already knows all the details of the products, and all you have to do is bring a stack of paper in for the first time, or a box, and start scanning barcodes, and off you go. Just scanning this box top is going to tell our system everything it needs to know about this paper. So you don't have to sit down and enter things in, get all the details right before you're allowed to actually start managing your paper. Alright, the cashier point of sale. Everybody's familiar with the color-coded buttons on several different pages. The cashier bangs away on here to bring up items in the sale. That's always done the trick, but with barcode paper scanning in our system, things get a little bit faster and more accurate. You switch to a retail style of sales where cashier just scans barcodes off of products, and the system automatically looks up what's the product, how much does it cost, and puts it in the sale. No more hunting around through different pages trying to find the blue sheet and the green sheet and so on. There's no way that you can accidentally hit the button 4 times when you meant to sell 5. Now you physically got to scan those products. It's a fast process and cuts down on mistakes. Not only that, when you hit the end sale button, the system is going to store a wealth of information about these products, what card faces were sold, the audit numbers, who did it, when, time of the day, and all that kind of stuff, giving you that integrity we were talking about before, where now we can enforce that there's no duplicate cards sold in the session, and now the system knows, okay, card number 123 has just gone out onto the floor. That way, if it shows up as a winning card later on, the caller stand is able to just automatically validate that, yeah, that thing was sold, and go ahead and award the bingo. Returning paper from an employee back in inventory is also straightforward. If they're coming back to you with a nice block of sorted paper because maybe they never took this portion out of their apron, or it's coming right off the counter at the point of sale, and it's still in order, it's just like issuing paper. You just scan the top barcode, go find the bottom product, scan its barcode. The system figures out how many booklets are in there, how many products are in there, figures out what all the card numbers, audit numbers, and so on are, and adds that all to the transaction. You just hit the save button and you're done. But that's nice in my little office here where things always go according to plan. But what about in the real world where, you know, somebody's out making sales, they come around the corner, they bump into their friend, they lose all their paper, and then they're coming back to you with a mess of paper that's out of order. Well, if it's just a small number of booklets, products, the easy thing to do here is just scan each one individually. So what we can do is we can just put the system in that mode where we just say, okay, I'm going to give you a bunch of scans here of individual products, and it will add each one of those to the return. And that way we know exactly those individual sheets or booklets are coming back in inventory, and we're done. The other scenario, though, is that you come back with a bigger block of out of order. I dropped this whole thing, it's a mess, and as a cashier I just dropped it off on the inventory counter and walked away, leaving the inventory person to figure out what to do with this pile. So the good news is the system can deal with that too. We have a special feature called returning out of order paper. You can still issue this out to cashiers. They can still go scan it at the point of sale and sell it. You don't lose any of the integrity and tracking. Okay, so we've looked at how barcode paper tracking fits into all those processes you're already doing. Bringing paper into the system, moving around from one location to another, issues and returns from the employees, sales, verifying winners at the desk. And it just fits right into all those processes. It's fast, it's accurate, and that alone would be worth pursuing, would be of interest to a lot of people, is just speeding things up and getting more accurate. But going back to what we were saying at the beginning, one of the big wins here is bringing paper up to an even footing with electronics in terms of game integrity. Now you know the serial number, audit number, and face number of every piece of paper that is out there in play for your session, meaning that when there's a winner, you can guarantee that that thing was sold for today's session. There's no guesswork, there's no stamping or hole punching paper anymore and hoping that people didn't find a way to work around that process. So it's a big win in terms of integrity for paper. Every one of those barcode scans is fast and it's easy and it's accurate, but each one of those scans has its wealth of information that now the system is going to use, keep track of for you, and then bring all that down into a user interface that's easy to work with. Reports, I mean, anybody who's used OMNI already, you know that we've got a flood of reports, and we've just added more here for this part of the system. So it's a real exciting development. We look forward to working with you, get this running in your hall. So hope you enjoyed watching this. Thanks for watching, and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.